This woman spent 14 years grinding away at her career. She had nothing in her savings account. All she had to show for it was a disease that would never go away. No late nights and stress. Push herself even a little too hard and her body would shut down. Everyone else could sleep off a rough day at work. She was in too much pain to sleep at all. But the worst part was not the pain itself. It was that nobody believed she was actually sick. She looked completely fine on the outside. So every time she said she was exhausted or hurting, people assumed she was just making excuses. Only she knew the truth. Just standing still already took everything she had. Her condition is called collagen disease, a chronic illness with no cure and no finish line. In a healthy person, the immune system fights off outside threats. In someone with collagen disease, the immune system attacks the body itself. It does not cause a high fever. Instead, it keeps the body locked in a constant low-grade fever. Every single day feels like being slowly drained from the inside. Her doctor told her this condition would be with her for life. To keep it from flaring up, she had to avoid overtime and late nights. She also had to stay emotionally calm and positive every day. For someone living paycheck to paycheck, that was basically asking for the impossible. But to survive, she had no choice. She took a leave of absence and let her body rest. Once she made it through the worst of it, she switched to part-time. Fewer hours meant a fighting chance at staying functional. Her company gave her some flexibility. Her co-workers said the right things. She started to think life might actually get back on track. Then the quiet cruelty started. At lunch, she sat alone in the break room. Her assistant and the other co-workers huddled in a corner whispering. Nobody invited her over. Then her inbox got flooded with spam out of nowhere. Her computer caught a virus and crashed completely. She had no idea what to do. That is when her assistant walked over
また変なサイトでも見たんじゃないですか?
and started spreading rumors about her in front of everyone. It broke her. She could not get out of bed. Her phone kept buzzing with work notifications the entire time. At her next doctor's visit, she got an ultimatum, so she resigned. No job and backup plan. After losing her job, she gave up her upscale apartment and started hunting for the cheapest place she could find. Her real estate agent matched her budget to a place in the suburbs. The building was 40 to 50 years old, older than she was, outdated everything and no elevator. Every neighbor she could see was a senior citizen. The place felt more like a retirement home than an apartment complex. To make things worse, the landlady lived directly across the hall. For someone used to living completely on her own, that was a deal breaker. She was about to tell the agent to move on. Then a headache hit her out of nowhere. She stood there pressing her fingers against her temple. The agent thought she was actually weighing the decision and launched into an even harder sales pitch. That is when an older woman burst through the door. She took one look at Maiwan and immediately asked if she needed something for her headache. Maiwan was caught completely off guard by the sudden energy. Before she could even respond, the woman had already turned around and walked away. The agent told her that was the landlady. Ms. Han. Maiwan was heading out when Ms. Han came back across the hall. She was holding 2 slices of raw daikon radish. She held them out and explained it was an old home remedy. Hold the radish and bite right into it. Then breathe in the sharp spicy smell as deeply as you can. The agent jumped in to cut it short. He was worried this eccentric landlady was going to scare off his only prospect. He started steering Maiwan toward the exit, but Maiwan did not move. Since getting sick, she had heard nothing but doubt and complaints. Nobody had ever actually cared how she felt. And this stranger she had known for all of 2 minutes was the first person who did. She could not walk away from that. She turned back, picked up a slice of radish and bit into it, then took a long deep breath of that sharp pungent smell. The headache was gone. She came to look at a rundown apartment for rent. She hadn't even decided if she wanted it yet. That's when she ran into Mrs. Maishin downstairs. Maiwan thanked her for the radish home remedy she'd shared before. Mrs. Maishin could see she was dealing with a cold, so she invited her in for some soup. Maiwan hesitated, but there was something warm and welcoming about this little community. She decided to let her guard down and followed Mrs. Maishin inside. The moment she walked through the door, the smell of cooking hit her. Mrs. Maishin's son, AC, was in the kitchen. Maiwan said hello. AC snapped at both of them. He said a sick person had no business coming into an elderly woman's home. She could spread the illness. Maiwan wanted to disappear on the spot. She apologized quickly and bolted out the door. She sat alone on a bench outside, feeling awful. Then AC came out after her. The sharpness from before was gone from his face. He handed her a jar of soup. Maiwan stood there holding the warm thermos, frozen. The hurt she'd felt a moment ago just faded away. She opened the lid. A rich, deep aroma poured out. It was a broth made with red pine mushrooms, known for boosting the immune system. Inside were sweet cabbage leaves, gentle on the stomach, and soft, tender chicken meatballs that were easy to digest. The moment the warm soup slid down her throat, her inflamed, irritated throat finally felt some relief. It was the first time Maiwan had ever felt the real power of food. The next day she came back to the complex. She ran into AC at the convenience store downstairs. She went up to thank him. During their conversation, she heard the term medicinal food for the first time. Something clicked. Her doctor had always told her to pay close attention to her daily diet. That's what he had meant rant all along. Using food to take care of your body from the inside. The old Maiwan just took her pills and barely thought about what she ate. She had always assumed a chronic illness was just something you lived with, something you endured. She never knew that ordinary ingredients could actually change how your body felt. So did that mean she didn't have to be trapped by her illness and her medications forever? Maiwan made up her mind. She was going to rent that beat-up little apartment, and she was going to learn medicinal cooking from AC. After she moved in, she tracked him down, told him about her condition, and asked if he would teach her what he knew about medicinal food. AC said no. Maiwan walked home alone. She told herself it was fine. She could just buy a book and figure it out herself. But that night, the pain started creeping back into her body. That's when her landlady, Mrs. Maishan, showed up at her door with a snack, a plate of steamed sweet potatoes, and a warm cup of milk tea. That simple little meal lifted Maiwan's spirits more than she expected. Mrs. Maishan told her the real reason AC had said no. He had once taught an elderly woman about healing through food. The woman got completely obsessed with it. She started believing that the right diet could replace her medication entirely. So she stopped taking her prescribed meds on her own. Her condition got dramatically worse. The woman's family showed up furious and caused a huge scene. After that, AC was never the same. He refused to work with anyone who was sick. Hearing all this, Maiwan felt a wave of relief wash over her. Everyone is carrying their own wounds and limitations. Maiwan opened up to Mrs. Maishan about what had been weighing on her. She was scared. If she was being honest, everyone around her the same age was getting married, having kids, getting promoted, making more money. Everyone was moving forward. And there she was, sick and out of a job. Her dream of saving up to buy a place had completely fallen apart. Now she was stuck in a tiny rundown apartment, doing the math on rent every single day. Mrs. Maishan listened patiently and offered her some perspective. A lot of our suffering comes from comparing ourselves to other people. If you can never measure up no matter what you do, maybe it's time to make peace with who you were before, and accept that some things are simply out of your hands. After that, Maiwan slowed down. She started teaching herself about healing through food. Her goal was simple: keep her body as healthy as she could. In spring, the liver tends to get overworked and overheated. That's right, when nature produces wild greens with a bitter taste. Using those bitter ingredients helps the body flush out waste and toxins, which lowers the chances of getting sick heading into summer. Every day after work, Maiwan would grab a book and wander the grocery store aisles.